Excuse me. We Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 6. It's Michael Flix. Beautiful Sarah B is not here. She had to take care of a family matter, so she is not here.
Aww.
So you guys getting
You get me.
get Janaya a bonus episode of No Name Just Vibes podcast that we ended over a year ago for whatever reason. But anyway, Janaya's here, sitting in for Sarah B this week. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
And thank you for joining me on such short notice. What you been up to? I think the last time we spoke on the podcast, you were saying how on our old podcast is what I'm talking about. You were saying how about you talking about like wanting to be an actor, but how like you were disappointed because now you had to get a job even though you didn't want to get a job. You were upset because you couldn't shop as much as you wanted to shop. Had a few things going on. So what's going on with you now?
Oh, I do have a job. I work at a production company.
Nice.
I'm a production assistant.
Nice.
I had a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and then I spent it.
What kind of production?
Oh, we do commercials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. So what else?
What's been the coolest commercial that you guys have done?
So I just started.
Okay.
I don't even know what I worked at. I worked in wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did like returns and stuff, yeah.
That seems like it's right up your alley.
Not with their clothes. They got some ugly clothes over there.
I mean, you gotta get in there and tell them like, yo, this is what we need to have.
I know, but it's a mess.
How is it a mess? Like the clothes are ugly or like
they're just basic. Like basic.
Well, do they need high fashion for commercials? It's just like extras.
They need to
right?
have cute stuff for commercials. Just regular old. They shop on Amazon for basically everything. I cannot. But it is what it is. It ain't none of my business. Not my production. So
I hear it. That's all that's new with you.
Yep.
Yeah. You dating? How's your dating life?
It's not going too good.
No, why not? What's the issue?
I don't even want to speak about it.
You meeting people you don't like, or you not meeting people, or what's the issue?
So the people that are asking me out, I don't want to talk to them.
How are they asking you out? Do they have like your info already, or are they meeting you?
Oh yeah, I know them. Mhm.
So these are friends that are just randomly shooting shots, or like what's going on here?
I wouldn't call them my friends because
It's people you know, guys you know.
Yeah, it's people that I know, but with one of them, I was just like, I don't think I want to do that, just because I'm not really attracted to him like that, and he's not in my age range. So I was just like,
He too old or too young?
Too old.
Oh, okay.
But he's not like old, but
just too old for you.
Yeah, too old for me.
What's too old for you?
I'm 33, so probably I try to stay like 2 years ahead and 2 years below.
Wow.
Because
that's a pretty tight range.
Yes, for a reason. I dated somebody that was like 5 years. What was he? 6 years younger than me. It's a headache. And I really liked him, but you know what? The maturity level is not there. You know.
How if he didn't have a maturity level that you could appreciate, how did you end up like really liking him? How did that happen?
He was just so fun, like so exciting, just so fun, like all of that.
What was fun about him? Because you're gonna say, oh, like he was fun.
Like he just like literally.
Like he made you laugh, or like he was spontaneous,
spontaneous. Like he had money. Like I didn't have to worry about a thing. Like oh my gosh, he was just so fine. Like, whew. I mean, the moment I seen him, I was just like, oh my gosh.
You sure you don't want to call him back? You just fanned yourself. Did you catch that? You just like.
I need to. No, we're done. Like he hit me up like a week ago, but.
So is this like a situation where like in a few years maybe he can mature up and you could try it again? Because it seemed like that was the only thing that was missing.
Like I literally want to marry him. Like it was.
How long were you talking to him?
How long?
Yeah.
Probably, let me see. Not even that long. I'm not even gonna lie.
And you want to marry him?
Whew.
Look at you.
I really did. Because it was just like everything. But it's just a simple fact of like, you're really not mature.
When you say he wasn't mature, what do you mean?
He was just like immature, and he was basically a hoe. Like,
pull the mic a little closer.
He was basically a hoe.
So he was in his hoe phase.
Definitely in his hoe phase, and I just can't. Like, it just is a turnoff. Like, I can't do it.
As soon as you realized he was in his hoe phase, he was out, or like how long did you?
Well, we had this little argument, and then I just never spoke to him again. I mean, and then I seen him out, and then he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up?"
Was he your boyfriend?
No, he was not my boyfriend. See, he got me like that.
Why do girls do that? Why you say it all like oh no, he wasn't my boyfriend, but it seemed like you hella like this nigga.
Yeah, I wish he was my boy. I wish he would have been my boyfriend,
okay.
but he wasn't my boyfriend. Yeah.
Oh, you like this nigga?
Yeah, I did.
You like this nigga?
I really did.
Hey man, if you watch this episode, man, go ahead and shoot that shot, man. She ain't went nowhere, fam. She ain't went nowhere, bruh.
No, it's over. It's over. I can't do it. I really can't.
And see, how many guys have had you like that, where it's like, I really, like you said, I want to marry this nigga. Like, how many guys have had you like,
nobody makes me
really,
feel
really
that
like,
way. That's the thing. That's why I was like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Literally, from the moment I seen him, I'm not going to say love at first sight, but baby was all that I saw. Okay, so I don't want to say where I am because it's going to give it away. But there was a crowd of people. Mm-hmm. Saw him walking, and there was a crowd of people. Mm-hmm. When I tell you I looked up, he was the only thing that I see, and he was clear too. Like everybody else was like fuzzy, and I couldn't really see him. But him, I looked up, I said, "Oh my gosh!" And then I kept walking, and then he popped up in front of me, and you know what he said? He was like, "Ooh, you are cute," and I love when people call me cute. I was like, "Oh my god." He is too fine.
So I love people call me cute. Oh yeah, that was higher on the list. But you'd rather be called cute than like pretty or sexy or something, huh?
Yes. So he said exactly what I wanted to hear, and then I hung out with him, and it was just everything. But there was just a moment that I have to just cherish,
I still don't understand how he wasn't mature enough. I mean, we'll get off this in a second. I'm just trying to.
Figure out how he wasn't mature.
Yeah.
Because
you said just because he was in a hoe phase, that was it.
Yeah, like I'm not about to deal with that.
So is that really maturity? That's not. Maybe it was just like a personal choice.
Is that? I think that's how people are.
There's mature people that choose to live like that. That choose to behave like that.
That's just crazy.
That's not crazy.
That's crazy to me.
Just because I don't choose to engage in that lifestyle or behave that way, I can't call it crazy.
I'm gonna call it crazy.
But it's not though. That's not fair.
It is crazy.
There's some people.
Why are you for everybody? You're literally for everybody. Anybody cute like you would talk to? That's crazy to me.
Well, there's some people, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but there's some people that could say that you're crazy because you won't have sex until you're married. And like you might end up with somebody with terrible sex that you don't enjoy.
You know what? Everyone says that to
me. And you don't think that's crazy? So it's just a preference.
I just feel like that's not going to be the case for me at all.
See, I met a girl, and she said until she didn't say marry though. She said I don't hook up until he's my boyfriend. Is what she said.
I used to be like that.
And I asked her the same thing. I was like, you're not worried about like ending up with like falling in love and like being in a long-term relationship with somebody with bad sex? And she was like, well, I know what I could do. So I was like, I mean, I can't really argue with that. I can't really argue with that.
I feel it.
So
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. Though, there's somebody that could look at how you choose to live like that's crazy.
And that's fine. You can call me crazy, but I'm gonna say that's crazy that you a hoe. Yeah.
Fair enough. Speaking of being a hoe, you hear about the Celtics coach?
What?
The Celtics
Wait,
coach,
they got a new coach.
Ime Udoka. No, the black dude that took him to the finals against the Warriors this past season. Everyone's heard about this already.
Black?
Yeah, everyone's heard about this. So I'm gonna just catch you up real quick. So he had Nia Long is his fiance, and he has a child with her.
No.
Yeah. And which I always thought was super dope because I never like seen her like really like with nobody.
Yeah,
and I always thought that was dope about her that like the whole industry always like, yo, Nia Long, and she was always just like, nope. And then so to finally sit with somebody, like, yo, this nigga
Okay.
Nigga must be special. He
That's
pulled
how
me
I'm
along.
trying to be.
You know what I'm saying? But so first the news came out that he had a consensual relationship with a female staff member, a part of the Celtics organization. And the Celtics have in their rules that you can't, like, staff members can't date, can't.
Oh, dang.
It's a rule. So every team doesn't have that rule, and the NBA doesn't have that rule, but the Celtics have that rule. And he broke that rule. And so it comes out that that the person that he was having a consensual relationship with was, like, either the owner's wife or, like, one of the high executives, like, one of their wives. And so rather than firing him, so if they fire him, they'd have to pay him the remainder of his contract.
Yeah.
Then he can go get hired somewhere else. And he just took a team to the finals, so he's going to get another job. And so rather than firing him and having to pay him and watching him go get another job, they suspended him for the entire season. And so when they suspend him, they don't have to pay him, and he can't go get a job anywhere else. So he just got to sit home.
Ooh, that's cold.
But
that's what you get for doing knee along like that. That's what you get. I love her.
I love her too. But we can't say that's what you get for doing.
That's what you get. Like how? Like you're being filthy. Like that's what you get. You deserve all of that. And he got money, so he's not even.
Well, you can't say that's what you get for doing knee along like that, because had he been cheating on, no, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying had he been cheating with someone that wasn't inside the Celtics organization, all of this wouldn't have happened. So it's like, that's what you get for breaking the team rule. That's not what you get for cheating on Nia Long. Although it is wrong. I'm not trying to say it's okay to cheat, but I'm saying, like, had he cheated with a neighbor or with the nanny, or, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have come out, and it wouldn't have been this whole thing like that, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I brought that up to ask, other than coworkers and neighbors, do you think there's any, like, section or, like, group of people that you shouldn't have sex with? Because coworkers is, like, obviously you can see what can happen.
Yeah, you never mix business with pleasure.
And then neighbors is like that. They know exactly where you live. Is what, like, it's like.
Well, with wait, you're cheating, or you just not? You're just single and dating these people.
I'd say
either or.
Either or. Well, it's not okay to cheat, so let's not even talk about that. Let's not even talk about that.
Okay, just you out living your life.
No, what? No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
But somebody cheating with their neighbor, that's wild, because first of all, some people are really crazy and you don't know it to the end, and they right there. That absolutely not. Who else would I?
That's what I was thinking, because
I don't know, because I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of weird with, like, close friends, too. Because it's like you don't want to mess up that relationship.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like that's literally a 50-50 thing. Like, it could work out, but it could go bad, and then you lost your friend forever. Or maybe not.
Or maybe not, but I'm saying, like, that's potentially a relationship that you can rebuild, or, like you said,
yeah, true.
Not. But a coworker or a neighbor, they could, like, literally mess up your job where you make your money, or mess up where you sleep, where you lay your head. Like, both of those are just, like, those are the most important things to everybody. And so I feel like messing with a neighbor or coworker is, like, and I can't think of another, like.
I can't think of another one either.
Neighbors and coworkers might be the only two, like, groups of people that's off limits.
Yeah, but if my coworker was real fine and just real chill, because I'm chill and I'm not going to mess up your life. Like, I'm not. Like, I'll just act like it ain't never happened.
Well, there's people that do it. And listen, I used to work and before and after school programs, especially when I was younger, like in my teenage and, like, early 20s years. Everybody's around the same age. Yeah. Everybody is in, like, for the most part, is in kind of, like, the same part of their life. Even if you don't go to the same college, it's a lot of college students. Or if you're not in college, you're around that age, you're partying, you're, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying people that work in after school programs aren't responsible. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying everybody's around the same age. And I know from when I worked in that environment, people do hook up. And in my experience, it didn't really cause too much drama. But it can, though. And actually, in my cousin chat, one of my cousins, he was talking about it. He was like, "Man, that's never a good idea." He was like, even if it don't, he was like, messing with a coworker, like, the news is gonna get out, and then it's gonna be around the job that, like, yo, and then it's just.
I don't care. That's my man, and I mean,
it's different for you care. Because it's gonna be your man if you have sex.
Exactly.
It's different for you. It's different for you.
But even if we're just talking, like, yes, I talk to him.
Talking is way different, though. Talking is way different, though. Talking is way different.
Than it being, okay.
True,
that's true. Because it is on another level.
Right.
Yeah.
Your emotions only go but so far when you're just talking.
Mine go pretty far.
I bet they go even further if you was doing more, though. Right?
I don't know.
I'm sure they would. I've seen girls that I thought were like the coolest chick ever, like the super chill, and I don't mean like I mean like calm and like chill and just like yo, I could talk to her about anything, like not even like trying to hook up, like she's just a cool chick.
Yeah. And
then they let somebody pop and it don't work out and they not chill no more. Is all I'm saying. And so I've seen it like when it's just talking and it don't work out, that's one thing. But when it gets physical and when it gets sexual and it don't work out, that's a different thing. Especially for someone like you who where like the girl that I'm talking about, she didn't necessarily only wait until it was her boyfriend, but she was selective for sure. And everyone knew that about her. She was for sure selective. And in this situation, the guy that she had sex with, she was almost certain that they were going to start dating afterwards. Or shortly thereafter. And they never did. And it changed her a little bit. Still cool, still a cool chick, but it changed her a little bit. So
like forever?
No. Just for the time being. For the time being.
Yeah. Because he done broke her little heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel it.
Have you ever had your heart broken?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And it hurts so bad. I told you. I cried every day for like 2 years. I'm not even joking. And you know what? He just texted me this week.
You gotta pull that mic a little closer.
I'm telling all my business.
It's all good. Take another sip of wine.
Okay. Yeah, he texted me this week too.
Yeah? How'd that go?
It didn't go well because I didn't text him back.
Why not? Oh, he broke your heart. He broke your heart.
Over with, yeah. But I.
You don't want to know how he's doing?
Miserable without me, of course. No, but he's doing good. I'm sure he's doing fine. But I talked to him last year because he came out here and he wanted to come see me, so I kicked it with him. But it's a no for me. Like,
have you ever broken a heart that you know of?
I don't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, do tell.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing out here breaking hearts? And how long ago was it?
I mean, I just said I didn't want to be with him anymore. And I was really nice about it. And then he started acting like a female.
How long ago was this?
This was years ago. I was probably like 23.
So 10 years ago.
25? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't try to break people's hearts though, because that's not.
I don't think anyone
I don't
does.
want my heart broken, so I try to be as nice about it as possible. But yeah, he started acting like a straight female, and that's when I had to draw the line. I was disgusted.
Who do you think takes heartbreak more harshly, men and women?
I don't know, because guys really do take it hard, and you guys, I feel like it changes y'all for ever. Yes, I've talked to guys where it's I got my heart, they'll tell me after a while, they got somebody broke their heart and they just can't let it go. Whereas for me, it's I got my heart broken, but I'm not about to change who I am. I'm not about to be mean or cut people off because somebody else broke my heart. That's not that person.
See, I've always seen the opposite. But then again,
you think
it was
girls
with,
take it harder? Because
no. I was going to your point about it changing them.
Oh, men or
women?
Girls?
No, just your point about it, heartbreak changing people. I've seen it change, and younger girls though. I've seen I remember especially in high school and college. Mm-hmm. And granted, I don't know why I keep referencing that because I'll be 34 next month, but I remember seeing girls that were good girls, wholesome,
yeah, good
grades, and they kept the good grades even after the heartbreak. But I'm just saying, everything, a standout in their sport. You know what I mean? And then they get with a dude, their heart gets broken, and they go from a good wholesome girl that don't really do much, and now they out there just giving it up. And I'm just still doing good in their sport, still got good grades, but I'm telling you, I've seen it. I'm telling you, I've seen it. And to their credit, all 4 of the girls that I think of that happened to, they're all like married now.
Oh, that's good.
Children, married to good dudes too, as far as I know. Married to good dudes too, and everything is fine. But I don't remember ever really seeing a guy get his heart broken and it changing him.
I think it's more when they're in a relationship and I feel like they can't like let their emotions go too far, because it's like, oh, you might break my heart. Like, they're not gonna be out here crying in the streets
initially,
and like doing the most. But yeah,
I think because really for a lot of guys, and this is for whatever reason, but I think a lot of guys have not issues, but they're just hesitant to show those types of feelings or let themselves fall in love that way. And then so when they do, they like, I'm not gonna do this. Is that like, I don't do this. They're like, I don't really fall in love. I'm out here living my life. Mm-hmm. That's not what I do. And then they do it, like, I don't want to say against their will, but against their better judgment. Not against their will.
They holding back trying to be in love? That's crazy.
Not just men, when people do that. Especially if you feel like you're in a phase in your life where you just want to, I don't want to say be outside, but you just want to have fun. You don't want to have to answer to nobody. You don't want to have any commitments.
Why is it an answer to somebody? What kind of relationships?
Having an answer to somebody isn't necessarily a bad thing.
But sounds bad.
When you're in answer to you. When you're in a relationship, you absolutely do got to answer to somebody.
I mean, that's what
even if it's just as simple. Even if it's just as simple as, what'd you do last night? And that's not like, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm not assuming anything. I could be genuinely curious.
Yeah,
but
course.
You do
it's
still
a conversation.
But you do still have to answer that question, right?
Oh.
And if you're single, you don't have to answer.
Oh, that's cool.
If you're single, you don't. You know what
really
I'm saying?
Don't.
And even and say you're in a relationship and you don't live with your significant other, and you got off work at 10 on a Thursday, and you heard everybody was going to North Park, and you go to North Park with everybody, and you didn't hear your phone. And the next morning, your significant other, they're not tripping at all. They're not tripping. You have an understanding mate. And they ask you like, oh, hey, I called you last night and you didn't answer your phone. What were you doing? You do have to answer that.
That doesn't bother me.
And it shouldn't. If you're doing what you're supposed to do in a relationship. But what I'm saying is, when you're single, you don't have to answer those types of questions ever. And that's all I meant about having someone to answer to.
A lonely life.
You think so?
Yes.
So you feel lonely?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not to the
she grabs a drink.
Not to the utmost extent. But yeah, it is lonely not having a boo. And it's about to be winter time. Like, it's going to be cold out here in these streets.
Know the feeling. Having someone to answer to. That seems like a bad thing to you, but that's a reality.
No, I have no problems with that.
Okay.
At all. Call me, blow my... You know what? I have been thinking about myself and why my problem in relationships. I hate to say it, but it's a lack of communication on my end. But I feel like because I feel like in the beginning it's a lack of communication, but just because I'm super shy, like if I really like you, I'm just like, I'm just waiting for like him to hit me up, because I don't want to be a bugaboo or anything. But then like if I feel really comfortable and you're like hitting me up all the time, showing me that you like me, then I'm like, okay, then I can hit him up, you know. But literally with all my relationships, I was never like writing them all the time, calling them, like they all know I was super chill. Like I never was doing that. And they always be like, well, why don't you, they used to always say like, well, why don't I like talk that much or whatever. I don't know, I guess I'm like kind of quiet and I talk whenever I want to talk. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I guess I need to work on my communication. But like my feelings be just too much for me to handle. Like I'm not.
Your own
Yeah,
feelings are
my
too much for
own
you?
feelings.
Wow.
Yes.
You gotta get a
And
handle
my
on that, bro.
no, but they're not even that crazy. Like I'm not like wild and that.
Then how is it too much?
Because emotions are a lot. Like I feel like my other best friend Brooke, she understands. Like we like cry together. And like I can't, like she understands her emotions are too much for her too. We try to block them away, we try to not think about them. Like it's just the feeling of feeling deeply. It's just like, oh, why?
You gotta feel your feelings, man.
I've literally been crying so much lately. It's not, yeah, it's,
why?
Because I'm kind of sad. I'm just
But about what though? Are you depressed or?
I wouldn't say I'm depressed.
I've been crying more than I'm used to lately, but I know why I've been crying. Or like, are you like depressed or like what's going on?
I don't think I'm depressed. I don't think I'm depressed. I'm just going through something right now. But it feels good to cry. Like today, I was with my niece and nephew and we were talking about stuff. I just started crying. My nephew was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And I feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, don't look at me. I'll cry in front of like people that I know love me, but I'm not gonna be crying in front of strangers. And I like to cry in the dark with a candle on. Honestly.
See me, I've never mind crying in front of anybody.
Anybody?
I don't care.
Like you're out in the streets and you just like feel some type of way and you're gonna just start crying.
That's never happened to me. I've never been in the streets and felt some type of way and just burst into tears. That's never happened to me. But I'm saying like if something happens and I feel an emotion, my emotions make me feel like I want to cry. Mm-hmm. I've never. One time I remember like hiding my tears from someone. My freshman year, I didn't make the basketball team.
That made you cry?
And yeah, because it was like, and I was talking a whole bunch of like.
Oh.
I knew like, cause me and my brother were in the same grade, and I knew he was gonna play JV.
You and your brother in the same grade?
Well, yeah, he did 7th grade twice, and so after he did 7th grade twice, we did 7th grade together, and then all the way through high school together.
Dang, that's crazy.
It was dope for me being able to graduate my older brother. It was dope.
Oh wow.
But anyway, I knew he was playing JV. Like I knew he wasn't gonna be there, and we played the same position. So I was like, if I'm not the best point guard out here, I'm one of them. Like I know there's no way I'm not making the freshman team. Like I might even be a captain. Like there's no way I'm not making this team.
Oh, you were saying that.
Not to everybody else. To myself. And to be fair, I was good enough to be on the team. We had a coach that was like, I told a kid to shut up in practice or in tryouts, and he didn't like it. He thought I had a bad attitude. First impressions are everything. He thought I had a bad attitude. So
they really are, and
so he cut me. And this is back in 2002, 2003, my freshman year of high school. So this is back when they still posted the list like
on the wall.
On the wall. And so we gotta come the next morning and going down the list and looking. And I don't see my name. I go all the way down. I'm like, whoa. I'm thinking I'm going to be like one of the first 5 to 10 names. I'm like, whoa. I go through again. I'm looking. I'm like, so then I'm like, maybe let me go to the last names. Maybe he misheard my first name. Wow. So I just walked in. I checked it first thing in the morning. I walked over to where everybody hung out where everybody hung out before school in the morning. Went over there and I told my brother, I was like, bro, I got cut. He was like, nigga, no, you didn't. Like that was how. Not that I was the best player out there.
Yeah.
But it was like I'm should easily make this team.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, I didn't make the team. He's like, nigga, you lying. I'm like, nah, I didn't make the team. He was like, how you not even make the team?
Dang.
And he wasn't saying it disrespectfully. He was saying it like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I took it as it's my older brother. So when he said it, I took it like, damn. And I felt like I was about to cry, so I just walked to the bathroom and got my tears out real quick where nobody could see, and then came back over there. That's the one and only time I can remember ever like really crying. I don't know where that segue came from. I remember you said something about crying walking in the street. That's never happened though.
Yeah. Oh, because you said you'll cry in front of anybody.
Oh yeah.
I just can't do it.
Why not?
Cause
you got one of them ugly cries. You got them ugly Kim Kardashian face cries.
It's a really cute. Ugh, I just feel bad for myself when I cry. I'm like, oh.
How you know you got a cute cry? You be crying in the mirror?
No, I don't, but I just feel like it's just like, oh. I be feeling bad for myself. Like, oh, girl.
Have you ever cried in the mirror?
No, that's weird. Like, that's really weird. Have you done that?
No.
But I'm just not going to stare. I don't want to see myself cry. That's going to make me... I'll probably stop crying.
But I'm one of the ones that, like, I don't like crying so much to the point where, like...
You don't like crying?
Not... No, I don't like crying. But if I feel the need to cry, I don't hold it back. Maybe those are like oxymorons and they don't go together. Oh, where's my watch? I forgot my watch. Oh, it's right here. Dang, I forgot what I was saying. But no, yeah, I don't mind crying. I don't mind. And I never have. And actually, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I feel like because I've always been more sensitive and like just things like made me cry, and I would cry, I wouldn't hold it back. Like, oh, boys ain't supposed to cry. All my life, if I felt the need to cry, I would just cry. If I was angry and felt like I wanted to fight, I would scream and be like, yo, let's fight. And so at an early age, not at an early age, but throughout my life, I expressed my feelings and felt them and know what they felt like and I've figured out what to do with them earlier than most males, because they just tuck it. If they want to cry, unless they want to fight, unless they're angry, then they'll fight. But if they're like anything other than anger, really, if they feel disrespected, they convert that into anger, and then that makes them fight. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of what I was feeling, I allowed myself to feel it, realize what I would do when I felt those feelings, and learned how to process them. And I feel like now, even if most men my age or around my age range, even if they aren't more sensitive than I am, they appear that they are, because they don't know how to process their feelings. Yeah. And I fully know what to do with all my feelings and all my emotions.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Most of them anyway.
That's amazing. I wish I was like that. Like,
don't be tucking how you feel. Let it happen. And don't care what people think. That's all it is.
I just can't cry in front of people. Yeah, because they're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? And I'm not going to tell you my business.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I just like, let me go to my room and cry. Like, I remember being young and my aunt died. And I was just like, I probably looked like a psychopath. Because I was just sitting there like I probably looked sad, but I didn't cry. And I probably went to my room and cried. But I don't ever remember crying. I just really like alt-delete stuff. Like, that didn't happen. That never happened.
Like, what's something that you deleted, that you was like, nope, it didn't happen. I don't even care. I don't even think about it.
Like my aunt dying, my aunt passing away, and I was super close with her. Like, real, like that was my other mom. Really.
You find that to be healthy though?
Absolutely not. But I was a little kid, so I
I'm talking about as an adult. Oh, as an adult. I'm talking about as an adult. Have you done that?
Where I tuck my feelings away?
Yeah, where you like alt-delete that didn't happen. I feel like that's not healthy. You got to deal with stuff.
I know it's not healthy.
You got to deal with stuff.
I just automatically do it.
Because you're gonna have to one day.
I know.
I feel like when people do that, they'll, for a long time, they'll be like, that didn't happen, and they'll fill their brain with busy work, or they'll dive into something. But then when that busy work ends, or there's no more work, what do you turn to? You turn to the bottle, or you turn to some type of vice or something.
Or some weed.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I mean, some people that make them unproductive. You know what I mean? I just feel like the best thing is to just deal with how you feel.
It is.
Let it happen. Feel it. Let it happen. Feel it. Cry. That's why it's good to have somebody you could talk to and confide in and talk to about everything.
Yeah, but I don't even like telling people all like how I feel. Like, I'll tell them a little bit, but I won't tell them like the.
You gotta have at least one person.
I mean,
at least one person.
I do. Jaleisha, I tell her my business.
That's what I'm saying. That's heavy, because I tell her my business too. Dang, that's tough for you. Just getting all dumped on. Damn.
But even I don't tell her everything sometimes. Just because it's like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like open and just like you're looking at me and I like you just know all my business and I just gotta feel like,
you gotta find respectfully to Jaleisha, but then you might have to find a new person then. Because for me, she's the person that I don't feel like that with. Like I could literally tell
that's
her
for anybody.
Anything. You gotta have at least one person that you don't feel open, like you don't feel, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have at least one person. Because I absolutely feel like that. I know I could talk to my brothers. I know that for sure. Mm-hmm. And even if they watch this, they're gonna feel what I was about to say. But even more so, my younger brother, like my little brother.
I've never met him. That
nigga's a vault. You could tell him anything.
Really?
That nigga's a vault.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And my older brother is too, but that nigga's married. Like he got a wife. He probably gonna tell her what I tell him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's probably gonna tell her.
Not a vault.
You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna tell her. And respectfully, I love her. Like, and I know she's not gonna tell nobody. But if I tell you, but if I tell my brother, it's only supposed to be for my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, you gotta have at least one person that you don't feel any type of way giving them your baggage and giving them your vulnerabilities. You gotta have at least one person. At least one.
I have another best friend, Brooke. I tell her all my business.
Well, there you go then.
But I don't tell her. But I don't tell her some things. You know what I mean? Like I don't sit there and be like, oh my gosh, and start. Well, I do cry with her, but I haven't in a long time. But I just feel like it's just kind of like a burden to tell people all of your business and how you feel and how you truly feel. I just feel like it's
not
like
if they really love you though.
Yeah, but it's like
and when I do,
they gotta live they have their own stuff going on. So it's
when I do start to feel like that, I'll just kind of slow down with how much venting I do.
I never overload.
Because I know I feel like that with Jaleisha sometimes. I feel like my nigga, you only call her to dump your brain. Like, do you ever call and just check on how she doing? I do feel like that from time to time. And so when I get like that, I'll just call and just see how she doing. Even if I got stuff I want to talk about and stuff I need to get off my chest, I'll think like, yo, the last 6 times you called her, you just dumped your whole heart and soul. Like, ask about her heart and soul. You know what I'm saying? And so I do, but you just gotta just not. If you feel like it's been the last few times, just don't do it this time, and don't do it 2 times in a row. But you gotta have at least one person.
I mean, I guess that is Jaleisha. I do definitely.
Not if you don't tell her everything.
No, it's just she knows the situation that I don't be telling her all. She knows.
Okay.
It's a certain situation that I don't tell her, and I just want to tell somebody.
So what's his name? This situation that you don't tell. What's his name?
I can't do all of that. we can't put that out there right now. Ooh-wee.
You drink to that, huh?
We gotta take that one to the head. But I'm just gonna leave her out of that situation. But I definitely talk to Jaleisha. Like, I literally, even with my other best friend, Brooke, I don't call her. I never talk to her on the phone. I only see her in person and I tell her all my business. Jaleisha, I call her. I don't care how many times today. I ask me, girl, what you doing? Mm-hmm. What's going on? And we just talk. But
speaking of you, Jaleisha, last episode we had, he goes by Speaker Box now.
She knows him. I met him.
We spoke about you on our last podcast. Me and Sarah had him on the show, and I interviewed him over a year ago.
Oh,
he's a rapper, and one of his songs was like real melodic. He had some singing and stuff in there, and the girl interviewing him asked him about if he does any singing, or if he's into R&B and all of that. He was like, "Nah, I don't do no singing." He's like, "I did when I was younger though." And this is my first time ever seeing him in person. In the interview when I was filming it, he was like, "I did when I was younger though. Shout out to Mount Olive Church." Da 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 da. And I was like, "Oh shoot!" And that was over a year ago, and I'd seen him hella times since then, over 10 times since I've seen him since then. And it would always slip my mind to ask him, like, "Bro, you said Mount Olive. I went to Mount Olive growing up."
Yeah.
And I never brought it up until we was on the show. And I asked him. I was like, "Yeah, bro, I went to Mount Olive from '94 to 2000." He was like, "Oh, you know Jaleisha?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, that's my best friend." He's like, "Yeah, I grew up with her." Alvin.
Yeah, we just saw. I just met him.
Yeah.
We just saw him a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and he was like, "Oh my gosh. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, he's so nice. He was so nice to me. He came up and gave me a hug and everything. But yeah, he loved her.
Everybody loves Alicia.
All right?
Everybody loves Alicia.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's super cool. He's so nice. Like, literally a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You like nice guys, or you think nice guys finish last?
What?
Or you like a bad boy?
Nice guys all day. Okay, I don't even play about that.
What's a nice guy?
A gentleman, okay? You open the door. You pay for...
A nice guy is different than a gentleman, though. It's
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's some hardcore niggas out here that are gentlemen.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Are they nice guys? Are you just putting like chivalry?
But that's fake. If you're not a nice guy and you're a gentleman, you're putting on a show. You're putting on a show. If you're acting like if you're a nice guy but if you're a gentleman but you're not a nice guy, they go hand in hand. You're a gentleman if you're a nice guy. You can't be a jerk and be a gentleman. You're not a gentleman then. You're putting on a fake show.
That isn't true. What if he genuinely opens your door, pulls out your chair?
I mean, that's...
But listen. That's gentleman stuff. That's chivalry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then y'all get to the restaurant and he's snapping at the waitress, doing that type of... So is that a nice guy?
No,
but he was a gentleman. But he was a gentleman, though, right?
Pull it up. Then you're not a gentleman if you snapping at the waitress.
But he was though because he pulled out your chair.
No, but it's an all-around thing.
When he came to the crib, he didn't honk. He walked up to the door and knocked.
Not yet. Until he feels comfortable, then he gonna be snapping at me and honking the horn.
Listen to my example. I'm saying when he came to pick you up, he didn't honk the horn. He walked up to the door. He didn't even say, "Hey, yo, I'm outside." He knocked on the door, waited for you, opened your door, pulled your chair out. Held your hand walking into the restaurant. Like he's done all the gentleman things. Mm-hmm. But then when you get in there, he doesn't know how to speak to the waitress. He's snapping at her. Maybe when y'all was waiting in line, somebody bumped him. He's like, bro, watch where the hell you going. So maybe he was a gentleman to you.
That's crazy.
But that don't mean he. You know what I'm saying? But that's possible. So you
can be a gentleman to your girl and girl only, but a jerk to everybody else.
You mean to tell me you've never seen that before?
Nobody that I've ever dated was like that. You out the door. That's disgusting to me. That's crazy.
I've seen most girls talk about they want they dude to be a jerk to everybody and treat them like a princess.
That's gross. No. I love a charmer. Okay? I don't care if you charm me and everybody in the room. You my man, but don't cheat on me. Mm-hmm. Be a real charming person. I love a charmer.
Ooh. I don't know why I never asked Sarah this. She was going to hit you with this fire question and I heard. But, I think it's a fire question. I mean, not too long more. What would impress you more? And maybe I've asked you this, but I think I asked you Alicia on the phone. What would be more impressive? A dude takes you out to like a beautiful, like one of these like 5-star restaurants, like everything, like expensive restaurant, mm-hmm. right? And you get in there. And there's a grand piano in the lobby. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you mind if I... And you're like, yeah, go ahead. You kind of like, nigga. But yeah,
what you gonna do?
He sits down, opens the music, and he can read the music, and he can play classical piano.
Oh, wow.
Right? Okay. And then y'all get that... You're wow. So that's how impressive to you.
Yes.
So then y'all get to the table, mm-hmm. and the whole menu is in French. The waiter comes to take your menu. And he has a full conversation in French with the waiter. Orders your entree and speaks full.
I'm gonna go with that.
That's
one.
More impressive.
Cause that's sexy. Like you can speak French. Like
my mom said the same thing.
We speak to me. That's fine. Like yeah, the piano's like that's fire to even do. But you speak in another language fluently, and you sound like you could be French.
And see, this came about because I was having a conversation about LeBron's son. Bronny. A video about a year ago, a video was going around on the internet of him at school with his team, mm-hmm. and he was playing. It was a John Legend song.
He could play the piano.
What song was it? It doesn't matter. He was playing one of John Legend's songs on the piano. and his team was singing to it. And I had the same reaction. I'm like, yo, that's dope that he can really play the piano
really
like that.
Talent. That is so cool.
And then it was pointed out to me that, like, it was like, you do realize that, like rich and successful people,
yeah, they put
their kids in a whole bunch of extracurriculars.
They really do.
So it isn't far-fetched that he knows how to play the piano. I'm like, yeah, but to me, they're like,
okay,
the fact that LeBron's son knows how to play the piano that well is dope to me.
He's so good at basketball.
That's impressive to me.
Absolutely.
And then I was saying, and I forget how we got on it, but I was saying how I wish. Oh, that was what it was. We're watching. It was like 30 Day Fiance or one of them shows. Mm-hmm. It was one of them shows where you swap.
30 Day Fiance.
No, it wasn't 30 Day Fiance, but it was one of them shows.
Oh, Wife
where,
Swap.
No, it wasn't Wife Swap, but it was a thing where it was called The Ultimatum. It was called The Ultimatum on Netflix.
Oh my gosh, I watched that.
Where they swap partners and then they come.
Ooh, that show made me mad.
For like 2 weeks and then they come back and at the end of it you gotta either you're gonna get married or y'all just go ahead and break up. That show.
That's crazy to me.
one of the black girls on there was saying how it was gonna be required that all of her kids play an instrument and that they learn a foreign language. And so when we were talking about Bronny. And so that we saw the video of Bronny playing the piano, and then we got to talking about The Ultimatum. How she and the person I was talking to was like, you don't remember on the show we was just watching? How she was like, no, all of my kids are gonna play an instrument and learn a foreign language. She was like, maybe LeBron and his wife had that same standard. Like, no, I don't care what y'all do, but y'all gonna learn a foreign language along with playing these sports, and y'all gonna learn an instrument while y'all playing these sports. Yeah. Anyway, so that was how it came because I was like. I know how to play I can't read music, but I know how to play the piano and I know how to play the drums. But I don't know how to.
You can't read music, but you can play you just know.
Yeah, I can play by ear. Like if I can sit with some music for like an hour, I could figure out the basic chords to it for sure.
Really?
Yeah. But
you're musically inclined. I am not.
And I feel like I always have been. Alicia's more musically inclined than I am.
Yes, she
is. But I was saying how I wish I took the time to learn how to read music, but I really, really, really wish I knew a foreign language. I really wish I knew a foreign language.
Yeah, I wish I knew Spanish and French. I wish I knew an African language too. Honestly.
I would only want to know the one of where I come from.
True.
Like I wouldn't really care to know all of them. And I've been hearing a lot recently that I look Ethiopian.
You don't.
Well, Sarah's Ethiopian, and she's been telling me I look Ethiopian, so I guess I'll just take her word for it. It's her people. She be around them. She know. I'll be like,
You look black. Take my word for it.
Duh. What do you
You look black. You don't look
That was such an American answer.
Ethiopian people, they have a distinct.
That was such an American answer. I look like something though. Because we're not
American.
We're not American.
We're really Hebrew, but I mean.
So I look like I'm Ethiopian or Nigerian or Eritrean or Uganda, wherever I'm from.
Eritrean people.
That's what I look
like.
Ethiopian people. They're the same people.
Oh, I was about to say they look alike.
They're the same people.
They're the bomb.
There was I don't know the exact history, but there was some type of a war that happened, and like Ethiopians went this way and Eritreans went that way, but they're the same people. They come from pretty much the same place.
I wonder what happened because I know people.
If I'm not correct, Ethiopians and Eritrean people, please correct me. But from what I understand, they're the same people.
Yeah, because they look just alike.
They're the same people.
Them girls is popping.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Speaker Box, and we spoke about this last podcast. We ain't gotta go too deep on it. But Speaker Box in our last episode, we're telling Sarah that a black dude in America could see a black woman. Like, we could see you. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, Janaya is beautiful. She's really pretty. Mm-hmm. And we'd see Sarah, and we could say she looks exotic.
Why don't I look exotic?
And she didn't understand. She was like, well, like how? Like, why? And I'm like, and Speaker Box was trying to say, he was like, it's like your skin and like your, he's just like, it's just a different, it's just, You think you look the same as, and I'm not saying one is better than the
I'm
other.
not gonna sit up here and
lie. And I said last episode, and I was like, let me make it very clear. I'm not saying one is better than the other. That's
well,
not
when
what I'm
you
saying.
say somebody looks exotic, that's automatically that's better. The word
if you
exotic,
like exotic doesn't mean better than anything.
Exotic means better than basic.
What's basic though? You
look black, but you look exotic. Exotic, yes.
If someone says they have exotic weed, that doesn't necessarily mean.
I want the exotic weed.
Do you even smoke? What you talking
about?
Yes,
I do. What? Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll take the exotic weed. That's upper echelon. Okay. Exotic means this is from a different country.
It just means
America
different. It just means different.
No, it doesn't. There's an upper echelon. Exotic is they're up here. When you say somebody's exotic, yes. You gonna look it up?
Yes, I'm pulling up what the definition of exotic. The definition of exotic, originating in or characteristics of a distant foreign country.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean better. That just means we can tell that you come from somewhere else.
But if I was from Africa and I came here, I would think I was better than everyone.
That's in your own brain, though. That's how you
America
feel. See,
is
you
trash.
tell it on yourself now. We're not saying we were not saying that we think Sarah looks better than Black American women.
No, but I'm saying
we weren't saying that. We're just saying we can tell. No,
because all the black girls are popping here. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like we're not even really from here. That's my point though.
That's my whole point.
Yeah,
when you say you look black,
but why would you say that she looks exotic? But we really are all from Africa. She's from a different part of Africa. So why can't I look exotic? Why can't I be exotic? Because I look like an average black girl? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, because and this is I don't know.
Not even an average black girl, but a popping black girl.
The difference in the look is.
Yeah, she looks different. Because she's Ethiopian, and Ethiopian people look different than Nigerian people or Hebrew people like us.
She's pure Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I'm not mixed with white.
Yes, you are.
Okay, that's because my peoples was raped.
And that's what I'm saying, though. And that's what I'm saying, though.
So that they tainted my blood.
And that's what I'm saying, though. You can look at Sarah and tell that she is from where she's from.
Absolutely.
Like, without a doubt. You look at Sarah and you know she's from Africa. She's not from here. And that's all we were saying. Like, you that looks different. That's it. Not better. Not worse. That looks different. That's it. We can look at Sarah and be like, and identify it or classify it as exotic. Just off the look. Not better, not worse, not greater than, not less than, not more popping, less popping, just different. Yeah. We can just see that.
But I think that has to do with her being Ethiopian. Because I've seen African black girls that look like black girls that are from America. You wouldn't be able to tell them apart at all. I think in different, like Tanzania, those people look different as well.
I have friends that are from, that their parents were born and raised in Sudan, and they're the first. Listen though, they're the first generation of their people to be here. Mm-hmm. They don't look nothing like the black girls that are here already.
No, because Sudanese people look. There's a distinct look to them. Like if you brought a Nigerian person,
Sarah's mom does not look like my mom. Does not look like Jalisha's mom.
She's Ethiopian.
And that's all I'm saying.
But they look different. Their hair is straighter. Their hair is. Do you know what I mean?
Like it's because they're pure. It's because they don't have no slave master's blood in there. I'm not saying that's
bad or anything. I think that's I want to be pure.
I would love to be pure. I would love to be. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying it's better or nothing.
It's better because they 100%.
But I'm going so deep into it because he was like, "Why can't I be exotic?" And I'm trying to explain why.
I want to be exotic.
I'm trying to explain why, and it seems like you're taking offense to it.
I'm not taking offense for real. I'm not mad for real. But exotic is way more. No, they're just a word. It's like an exotic.
That's just how you feel.
An
about
exotic animal, or you want a dog. Do you want an exotic animal, or do you want a puppy? I want an exotic animal. Like, it's in the word.
It depends on the value you put in it, though, because there's some people.
Exotic means it's from a different country,
yes.
and it's pure that from there.
Yeah.
Dog is like, you from America, but
and,
they
and
have
again,
dogs everywhere.
And again, it's just how you feel about where this person or this thing came from. There's some people that collect cars here in this country. Mm-hmm. They want a Dodge or a Ford or a Chevy because those are American made cars.
And that to them would be their exotic.
No, it's not. No, they don't want exotic because exotic to them is exotic. It's not from here. It was made by somebody
else. What would
be
an exotic car then?
Lamborghini, Mercedes Benz. Not Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes Benz.
I wouldn't even say exotic. I just an expensive car. Exotic,
but
I feel like
it's expensive because it's an exotic car or a foreign car. That's why it's expensive.
I think it's expensive because it has nice interior. It's cute.
Well, no, it's expensive because all the time, effort, energy, and care that was put into making it.
Mm-hmm. And in America, we don't do that. Everything is cheap here.
What you got against your country?
I'm trying to go back to Africa, really.
I mean, I am too, but I'm not mad at being.
I mean, this ain't my country. I was stolen, so I have stolen property, and I want to go back to where I came from. Honestly, truly, I really do.
So today, right now, if you could live in Africa, you would.
Please buy. Give me the ticket. I'm gone. Me and my family, we out of here immediately. I'll pack tonight. Be gone tomorrow morning. I'm so out of here. It's trash.
It's not trash. Did you hear Akon? Oh no, you don't. No, I know you didn't see it. But Akon was on the Joe Budden podcast, and he was telling Joe and his two co-hosts, he was like, whatever you do here in America, you can go to Africa and make 20 times the money doing it in Africa. He was like, you're not going to get called out your name. You're not going to get called a nigga. You're not going to get mistreated. You're going to get treated like a king over there. Exactly. And you're going to make way more money. He had me like, yo.
They're rich.
Not everybody. It's some poor people in Africa.
There's some, but you know how they try to when we grew up, they showed us, all these people are on dirt roads and all their houses are made out of mud. Lies. There are some people like that. But those people over there...
Big lies.
We're broke over here, okay? They're rich. They have all the resources, all the spices. People just steal from them. You watch Wakanda. You seen how they got stolen from. I am drunk.
She's sitting on the mic too. Glad you're feeling good. I mean, you watch any of the Jeffrey Dahmer?
I watched that.
I did not know.
Immediately know.
Okay, so
I'm gonna tell you what I didn't know.
I remember hearing the name. I remember hearing the name Jeffrey Dahmer growing up from time to time. Dang! Live studio audience. Dang! No, I'm just playing. I remember hearing the name Jeffrey Dahmer growing up, but I knew he was like some kind of like killer.
Yeah, some kind of killer.
But I never knew the extent.
Right, and
I never knew the extent.
You know, the whole time I mixed him up with what's his name.
I never knew it was in like he was like specifically targeting black and brown communities. I did not know that.
At all.
I did not know that.
At all.
All of this is news to me.
I didn't know he was homosexual. I thought he liked white girls with baby blue eyes, blonde hair. I think I mixed him up with, what's his name? The Charmer. The charming one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who you're talking about. Bundy?
Yeah, Ted Bundy, right?
Yeah.
Ain't none of them would ever get me.
And I think I always grouped Jeffrey Dahmer in with the Menendez brothers, for whatever reason. I don't know. And didn't they killed their parents, right?
Oh yeah, but
and so
heard their
it's
story?
It's not even the same thing.
It's not.
But
I really feel bad for them.
For whatever reason, I always grouped Jeffrey Dahmer in with the Menendez.
Really?
brothers.
I grouped him in with what's his name? Ted Bundy. Is he still alive?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Really?
I doubt it.
They said he was charming. You could never.
But
he wouldn't have got me.
I'm actually gonna start watching the. I watched the first 30 minutes of episode 1 of the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Don't watch it.
I'm about to.
It's literally a whole show of him doing sacrifices. It's literally he did everything that you could ever imagine. I stopped watching. I said I'm not watching this anymore. And people that are watching that, like, it's literally, I really feel like it's a whole thing because you put it out in October. October, we all know, well, we put it out in September.
Ah, I see.
October is the evilest month. They literally do witchcraft. Yeah, we're going there. They do all the witchcraft spells in October. Everybody know Halloween, the nastiest day of the whole entire year. Like, I'm not doing it. He was in there drinking. Like, people weren't really watching everything. He had a satanic Bible on his, next to his bed. Yeah. They do all of those things. He was with a 14-year-old boy. Like, it literally... And then, like, they don't say that he got possessed, but they show him, like, blacking out one time. And, like, it's absolutely...
How many episodes deep are you?
Disgusting. I stopped watching it, but I probably watched, like, 6 episodes.
How many are there?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't
look. I was about to say, if it's like 8, you might as well finish.
I'm not going to finish.
It's only 2 left.
I don't need to see no more, like, I need peace in my life, and that ain't it. Like... I watched it and I really sat there like, this is absolutely crazy. And this is why I would never be on a dating site. That's where my mental went to. Because that's the people that I imagine on dating sites. Jeffrey Dahmer's, Ted Bundy's, like all of that is on there. And I cannot. I'm going to need you to hit me in person.
You never messed with a dating site before?
No.
I feel like social media is dating site though.
I mean, low key it is. It really is, but that's not what I'm on there for. I'm on there for kicks and giggles.
That's true. Social media is for whatever you use it for.
But it's more like it's more easier to like talk to somebody on there. I still wouldn't I wouldn't kick it with you in person. I think that's kind of weird. Like if I haven't met you in person and like you hit me up on there, I'm very protective of myself. Like, I'm very, like, if I haven't met you in person, it's for a reason. Bye. Like, nope.
You celebrate Halloween? You say Halloween is the nastiest day of the year.
It's the nastiest. I don't even like October. Filthy month.
The whole month?
The whole month. I never liked it. Just like January. I don't like it. I don't like January. Lame, basic, can't stand it. A waste of time. Like, the people that are born in January, some of them are cool. But for the most part, you ain't born in January.
My baby is born in January.
Oopsie.
And my grandma is born in October.
Aaliyah is born in January too. You know that's my favorite girl
both
of
my
all
brothers,
time.
My older brother is born in January. My younger brother is born in October.
Ooh.
I love my brothers. You better stop it.
My grandma was born in October, so yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that.
You just beefing with the whole room now.
I mean, I'm not even going to get into the astrology, but you know my birthday is September 27th, so technically not really.
Your birthday just passed. Happy birthday.
I know, thank you. Those are technically, but not really my peoples. But people born in October, they're another vibe. Like, they like to argue. And I'm not joking. I've seen all of them like to argue. There's just something about
You big into the zodiac signs?
I'm not anymore. I stopped. I had to stop.
Why?
Because, I really be about the Bible, and I really don't play about it. And it says, do not be into that. And that's literally the first step into witchcraft. I'm not joking. It really is. Because, first of all, you're Scorpio. I remember you told me. I would literally judge you and be like, oh, you're so sensitive. You're going to do this. You're going to do that off of you being a Scorpio. I hate when people do that to me. Like, people want, you're a Libra. Oh, you're born in September. You're so sweet. You're so cute. That's why you dress so, like, stop with all that.
You don't like the compliments, though?
I like the compliments, but don't associate it with me being a Libra. Like, that's annoying to me. Like, you think you know my whole life because you think I'm a Libra. Like,
I don't know nothing about the zodiac signs, and it's almost.
But do you know about Scorpios?
No. All I ever hear about
Really?
Scorpios is that we're crazy and we're freaks. That's all I ever hear.
They do say that about y'all, but you know what? I really, really like you guys. I really do. You guys are really cool. People would think that they don't like y'all.
You sound like you still.
I'm not into it, but you know.
What about Scorpios, though? Tell me. What about us?
People usually say, like, oh, we don't like them. But you know what? I used to be like, because my sister's one. So I used to be like, so emotional. You guys have a lot of emotions. And it's just a lot for some people like me. To where it's just like...
I'm trying to think. I don't really
with all the emotions.
I don't really have many friends with birthdays in November for me.
Okay, well, it groups them together like me. I'm an air sign, but I'm not really. So we're free. Like, Gemini's air sign, Aquarius air sign. Remember the boy that I was talking about, or the guy I was talking about earlier that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to marry him. Gemini. Like, that's my favorite sign. That's another reason why I was like, oh my gosh. Just fun, free, just living. Everything is easy with water.
I'm gonna watch this podcast.
No, he's not.
Oh, I'm getting her tomorrow.
It's a wrap.
Tomorrow. I still got that.
Let me tell you something. But no, seriously, I can say that about anybody that I ever liked. Because I don't like a lot of people. But if I really do like you, it's a moment in time that I could be like, oh my gosh. Like the one that broke my heart and broke me.
So then what does it take for you to like somebody?
It's a vibe. It's a whole vibe. You got to be nice. You got to be charming. You have to, like, just... talk to me, make me, because I don't be telling people my business, and I don't really be talking to people, so you have to make me feel very comfortable, just very attentive, I don't know, it's just a vibe.
Could you be charmed by someone that you don't find attractive?
No, absolutely not. Okay. You're just a nice guy. Charming is for the hotties. Like, you gotta be hot.
So an ugly nigga can't be charming?
I don't see it. But I also, honestly, my sister said this about me. I don't look at people for their looks. I look at them for who they are. So I see, like, them before
I'll say, because I feel like every girl is guilty of at least one of these. Every girl, most women that I've met is guilty of at least one of these. It's like, I made him my boyfriend, or I let him be my boyfriend, or I was his girlfriend, or I let him take me out, or this and that, just because he was just such a nice guy. I really didn't think he was that cute or da-da-da-da, but he was just so nice, he was so sweet, and so I just gave him a chance just because he was sweet. I've heard so many.
I've done that once, but like, no, he was really cool. Like, he was really cool, but it was just like, he wasn't the ugliest either. But it was just like, I off the bat wasn't attracted to you like that. So, but then he started looking not ugly to me. One day I was looking at him like, he ain't that ugly.
And see, that's
because the personality.
Men can never do that. We would never do that.
Are you serious?
We would never do that.
If you think somebody's ugly, you just think they're ugly. But would you date somebody that you think they're... Do you think guys date people that... Really?
We're physical people. We're physical.
But I've seen a lot of hotties with some naughties.
That don't mean that they... that don't mean they weren't attracted. That means you weren't. We've all seen couples like walking through the mall. It's like,
yeah, I'd be like...
How did he pull her? What the hell?
I'll be so stumped.
What is he doing with her? This ugly nigga got that fine.
We've all done that before. And I'll be like...
I've seen both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like
well, you know what?
We've all seen both.
A lot of pretty girls date not so, but there's a reason why.
That's
because
true.
the hotties, they be for everybody really, and it's annoying. So you gotta get somebody.
That's not true.
I don't even want to say you gotta get someone that's not like that. They do. Because when you're so cute, you have a lot of options, and some people don't know how to say no.
I don't have discretion. Yeah, I feel you.
They don't know how to say no. They just like one day it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I gotta give it this person.
I feel like it depends on your philosophy. Oh, okay. Well, let me start with this. Maybe I'm not a hottie. Maybe that's just what it is.
Do you think you're a hottie?
No, I don't think I'm a hottie.
Are you serious?
Oh shit, Janaya, you think I'm a hottie? Oh shit!
I'm trying to play with me right now. Michael, you're not ugly. You're a hottie. Okay. But listen, you cannot think that about yourself. Is the point.
Okay.
Everybody, I don't care if you're not a hottie or not. You better think you a hottie. You better think you a hottie.
Okay, let me be clear. I think I'm attractive. I don't think.
So then you think you're a hottie?
I was going off your definition. Attractive. If attractive means if I think I'm attractive, I think I'm a hottie.
Yes. It's all about what you think. Forget everybody. Everybody got you. You can't go about what everybody else thinks.
I don't go by what everybody else thinks.
If you think you're a hottie, then you're a hottie. If I think somebody's a hottie, then I think they're a hottie. I could think when I was my sister used to think all these people were so fine. I was like, what? Just because
I think I'm attractive doesn't mean I think I'm a hottie. And I think when you say no, it's not. When you say a hottie, like. I think I'm attractive. Mm-hmm. I think I'm handsome. I think I'm good looking. I don't think like. I'll just leave it right there. I don't need to keep going. I think I'm a good looking person, right? Uh-huh. I've had friends and have seen men that they walk into a spot and they pretty much have their pick. Mm. That's never really been the case for me.
I feel like that's probably in your mind.
Well, tell me about myself then, Janaya.
Maybe that's a mental thing.
Tell me about myself
That's
then.
a mental thing. Because, you know, but how do you know that they have their pick?
Because I've seen it.
That's just because they walked in first. You should have walked in first. You should have walked in first.
Okay, let me give you this. And I feel like it's that way because I've been with a few of these guys, whether I've came with them or just was in the same spot as them, and this has, and I don't feel away. I'm a very confident person. Yeah. I don't feel away, but I've walked in, and got a couple of heads to turn. Let me say that. I've walked in and got a couple heads to turn. Seen a couple girls like tap their friend like, hey, yo. Oh. I've seen that happen a couple of times in a few rooms that I've walked into. In a few. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that happens everywhere I go. Absolutely does not. Not even almost. No, not even almost. But
were you feeling real cute those nights? I feel like it's the confidence. Because when I'm not gonna lie, when I walk into a room, I feel like I've just always felt like that. I feel like every head turns. I'm not lying.
I like it.
I feel like it's because I give off that energy. Like I feel like every head should turn when I walk into a room. So I think it's within you. I really don't think.
And see, I do have confidence again.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, Janaya, Sarah and I spoke about it a couple shows ago. Mm-hmm. Hearing that you're handsome at home, hearing that you're good looking at home is a big deal. My parents told me that I was handsome, that I was good looking, that I was cute and all of that before I even left my house. So my entire life, I've always felt like I was a handsome guy.
Yeah.
It was it's helped that I've gone out into the world and other people have told me that, like women outside of my house and outside of my parents have told me that I'm attractive. So that's helped. But before anyone else told me that I was attractive, I believed I was because I heard it at home. So I've never, like, just to be clear, I've never lacked confidence ever in my life. Yeah. Like, not as far as the way I look, like maybe playing basketball or football or being a photographer. But as far as the way I look, I've never lacked confidence.
But who told you that you were handsome or cute? Like your mom or your dad or both of them?
Both.
Oh, wow. You know what? My father always told me I was beautiful, so sweet, gorgeous, all of that. My mom, no. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, she's just not like that. But that never deterred me from anything. Like, I don't know. Like, my father just, like, gave me all... Just give it all to me. You know?
Shout out to your dad. That's dope.
Shout out to him.
That's dope. No, but to get back to the point, like, I was only bringing that up to say, I've never felt like I was unattractive or ugly or couldn't get a girl to like me or think I was good looking. Like, never. But I've also... It hasn't been often where I felt like I could walk in any room. Because I've had, like, I got a cousin and a handful of homies that told me, like, yo, like, if I got a haircut and I put a fresh shirt on, I feel like I walk in and I think I got my choice.
They said that?
Yes. And I've seen them have their choice. I've seen it. Short niggas, tall, I put my hand up here and said short niggas. Tall niggas, short niggas, it doesn't matter. I've seen it. And I can't really say, but then again, I've never really walked into a room like with that energy. Like whoever I want, I could have. But
I think that comes with you not being, what's the word, cocky? I think it's just because you're so laid back that you don't want to pull out that. And I'm not cocky either, but I just know that when I walk into a room.
So you feel like I can walk into a room and get what I want, Janaya?
Yes! You better feel that. What do you mean? You should walk into every room and feel that at all times. Everybody needs to feel that way because then heads will turn. It doesn't matter. Well, make sure you have a cute outfit on because that kind of does, that kind of does help.
That's how I'm feeling today. I'm in here in a sweatsuit. You in here all luxurious and fabulous.
This is slight one. This is not even.
This is slight one.
This is nothing. But you have a cute sweatsuit on, cute beanie on. You know what I mean? You out here bumming and humming. You know what I mean?
You better quit playing. I'm going to ask you on a date in a minute. You better quit playing with me, Janaya. You better quit playing. You've been giving me compliments for like 10 minutes straight. You better quit playing.
I'm done. Oh my gosh, my cheeks hurt.
That's a good sign. I like going home and feel like, man, I've been laughing and smiling all day. Let me see if we hit all these topics. Let me see. I think this is the last one while we're talking about looking good. How many outfits do you need for a 5-day trip?
Don't even ask me that. My mind will go wild. I always overpack.
Always. Me too.
I could wear this, I could wear that. Like, literally 3 outfits per day. You never know what you're going to do. So that's like 15. But I'll probably pack more. Yeah,
15 outfits?
Yeah, 15.
3 outfits for each day?
You gotta have options.
I might need 2 for each day, so maybe 10. Maybe 10. But see, that's the thing. I'm not even gonna pack outfits. I'm gonna pack like my 3 or 4 favorite, not like, cause okay. So like all your clothes don't fit exactly the same, right? And so, especially for me, it's weird. I got mad different sizes in my jeans, but recently, especially more recently, my fit has gotten slimmer and slimmer. It took me a long time to get all the way down to like. But anyway, I'm gonna take like my 3 or 4 favorite, or like my 3 or 4 like go to and or favorite pairs of jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Like my 3 or 4, maybe 5 nicest shirts.
Mm-hmm. You're not really a detailed packer. It's a really go with the flow. But I feel like that's how guys are. Girls, it's like, okay, I have to have this outfit. This goes with this. We cannot be playing around with like, well, what does this match with? I have to pick out outfits where it's like, this goes together.
Mm-hmm.
These shoes go with this, so I have to bring these shoes. Like, it's a whole, the earring, the accessory, all of it. Hats, whatever it is. I gotta have it all.
And see, stuff like that is why I end up way overpacking. Yep. Because I'll be like, okay, if I pack an outfit that requires white shoes,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring like 3 or 4 pairs of white shoes.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't know what shoes I'm gonna be feeling that night. I don't know, like, okay, when I put these jeans on, I might tonight I might not like the way these jeans lay on these shoes. Or if I got a couple pairs of black jeans, I'm gonna bring those, and all of my white shoes.
All the black jeans.
I might bring 2 or 3 pairs of black jeans because they might not fit exactly the same. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They might not fit exactly the same, and I'm gonna bring like 3 or 4 pairs of black jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bring probably the majority of my white shoes if this outfit calls for white shoes. The shirt is a little bit easier. The shirt is a little bit easier, but I'm like, okay, I'm feeling the way these jeans fit. Let me see which pair of my white shoes look the best with these jeans laying on them, because I already know the shirt I'm going with, and based on like my shoes depends on what hat I'm gonna go with. But since I already know I'm wearing white shoes, I already know what hat I'm gonna wear. So it's just like, it's a complicated thing. So I'm gonna bring. I overpack every time. I could go to LA for the weekend, and take, for the weekend, Friday to Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take 5 shirts, 4 pairs of pants, like 5 pairs of shoes,
mm-hmm.
and like 10 hats, really.
Like not 10 hats.
I got a lot of hat stuff. I got a lot of hat stuff.
But that's because that's what you're into.
Yeah,
so you're always going to bring more of whatever you're into. Oh, man. Yeah, it's packing, like me packing it's a headache. Like, I hate doing it.
I can see that.
Because I'm so indecisive. And it's like, ooh, I want to wear this, but maybe I'm not feeling wearing that day. Like, it's all off of emotions. Mm-hmm. after you're done packing. You could not feel like wearing none of that and just coming out with a regular t-shirt and some mm-hmm. jeans or what. I'm an emotional person, you know. Oop, I'm done.
You need more?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I think we good though. That might be a good spot. That's a good podcast. And see, I'm going for like we talked about like Jeffery Dahmer, and that's like something that's going on like, you know, right now on Netflix.
Oh my gosh, have you seen all of the memes that all the black people that are doing memes? Cause we ain't going for none of that. Like, black people do not do none of that. First of all, have you ever seen a black person kill somebody and eat their body? No, it ain't gonna happen.
But no, I was bringing that up to say, like, I think what I'm trying to do is make all of the episodes for this podcast evergreen. To where, like...
You said evergreen?
Evergreen. To where, like, you know, like, evergreen plants, they're always what they are. And so, like, an evergreen podcast is, like, you could always watch it. It's not. You could turn it on 2 years from now, and you could still enjoy it. We're not talking about what happened on the Twitter timeline today in 2022, or what happened in football in 2022, or, you know what I'm saying? What happened in, like, we're just talking about things that grown folks or just people that like to have conversation what they talk about.
Yeah.
And so I want all of, if not the majority of the podcasts that we do, the episodes that we do for this podcast in particular, to be evergreen. I think that's what I'm going for. And again, we're gonna have stuff to where it's like last episode we talked about I forgot. But it was some topic that was going on. I was like, wait, that's not what our show is about, but I wanted to talk about this one. And even still, we talked about the Celtics coach, and we talked about the Jefferey Dahmer thing, but, by and large, I want to talk about stuff that's like, no matter when, you could turn this on 3 years from now, and the topics that we're talking about are relevant to just grown people who like to talk.
Yes,
So,
anyway. I love it.
I hope that's what we did today. I hope that's what we did today.
Hopefully.
Sarah B, I miss you, fam. You were great. I didn't mean it like that.
No,
Sarah B, I miss you, fam. I miss you, fam. It's been another episode of the We Ain't Got It Yet podcast. I'm Michael Flix. That's Janaya standing in for Sarah B. Again, thank you, especially on such short notice. I appreciate you pulling up.
Of course.
Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Till next time. Take care.